All right, welcome everybody to the third, it is now, episode of Whiskey and Fire podcast. I'm Slade Beard. This is Derek Kinley. If you're watching this on video, you'll see that we're actually live in person for a change, not remote, not sitting in two different tables trying to make lighting match and all that stuff. So, had the opportunity to come up here to Wiley to bring my daughter to a cheer competition. So y'all were gracious enough to host us.
Of course,
host us and let us stay and not pay for hotels and all that stuff. So it worked out well. We figured, what the heck, man, we're here. Let's shoot a podcast.
Yeah, it's been an excuse for us to make some ribs.
It has.
Get the grill fired up.
We did a little cooking today.
Well,
you got to do cooking and all the fun stuff. I was at a cheer competition with loud music playing. So
I'd like to say I feel bad for you, but I didn't at all.
Well,
I was just glad to be.
Well, you're going tomorrow,
yeah,
so
that's right.
So before you say too much, you will be part of the show tomorrow. So,
right.
But no, we had a chance to sit out here and do this. I figured we would do a in-person one for a change. So, how you doing, Derek?
Doing good. So today we're going to drink a little bit of just what we normally drink. We won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but it is just a generic TX whiskey, and I think we'll go ahead and get
pour it up there, sir.
These poured up.
That's been my favorite for a long time, and it's
that was a good one.
Well, it's funny how my story to liking TX came was actually during COVID. Everything shut down. You couldn't go buy anything. You couldn't do anything, and I called my dad. I was like, "Hey, liquor stores are shut down. You got anything you're not drinking?" He's like, "Yeah, somebody give me a bottle of TX. It's gross. You can come get it." And I was like, yes. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll come get it and try it." And at that point, I loved it. Of course, he's a Jim Beam Red Stag person, so him not liking it doesn't. Sorry, not to hurt your feelings, Dad, but yeah, it's not. It's black cherry whiskey is not my first choice.
Yeah, I'm not really a flavored booze guy. It's emergency booze only for me. If I run out of everything else and I want to drink, maybe. But other than that, I'm out.
Especially fruits. Like, I don't need fruits in it at all. Like, something with a little caramel doesn't bother me, but I don't need cherries or any of that. That goes in vodka, which I don't really want that either. But
totally agree.
But if I'm going to do whiskey, it definitely doesn't need fruit in it.
But you mix your whiskey with, I think, Coke, right? Diet Coke?
Diet Coke.
Yeah, Diet Coke.
I do. Well, I'm backing off it a little bit. I'm getting more just drinking whiskey straight now.
You're growing up. I say that. Now, I mix water with mine. But I like the taste of whiskey. It doesn't.
See, I can say you do that because you can't handle it. So your water, so you can handle it.
So the reason is because I try to stay hydrated. If I have several, I want to get some water.
Is it like scientific? Is there science into that it actually literally works?
I don't know. I told my doctor one time, I was like, "So how much do you drink?" And this kind of thing. As you get older, they ask you that.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I was honest, but I said I mix it with water, so I'm staying hydrated. And he paused for a second. He's like, "I think that's right." He's like, "I don't know if I can argue with that."
Huh.
I mean, you're getting water.
I have my annual next month, so I'm gonna throw that one out there and see what my doctor says. She'll probably laugh at me.
Well, my doctor was a guy, so
I'm going to say, well, I've already had my buddy has said his doctor said it's fine, so I'm going to say you're wrong.
I'm okay with that.
She'll still laugh.
Just don't tell me if she says that, because I'm going to keep believing.
I'm bursting your bubble in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for you.
What's up?
So, this little talk came up my house the other day, and I wanted to ask you. I think everybody does this, but do you and your wife, or just you, ever do the "if we ever won the lottery" talk?
Oh, that's interesting.
Because in my head, everyone does that. Everyone. If you and your wife are sitting around, you're like, "Hey, babe, if we ever won the lottery, what we're going to do is," and a lot are like me, I don't even play, so it's going to be really difficult to win. It's going to be difficult to win, but I mean, it starts a conversation of, "Oh yeah, if we did win the lottery, I'd do this and that." Do y'all do that?
Sometimes, when they'll have the billboards up, and at least in the city, and it'll say, the Powerball is $500 million or something, and we'll be driving and we'll be together and we'll be like, "Oh, what would it be like?" And so that's about it. Not generally, we don't.
But do you like people? I like people who don't play into a certain size.
Yeah, I don't.
They're like, "Oh, it's only $7 million. There's really no reason to play." Like, really, that wouldn't change your life. No, if I'm going to win, I need $300 million. I'm not $7 million. I'm not playing for.
How much changes your life?
$50,000.
No, come on.
It's not.
I mean, you're still working, and life doesn't change for $50,000. But like, really, how much do you think it'd take after taxes in the bank to change your life? Where you're like, "Okay, I don't have to work. I can work if I want."
It's like you're low key wanting to know my net worth and me throw it out there.
No, because the number's way above.
When you say change my life, what do you mean change my life?
Like today, on Monday, you're going to have to go to work, right?
Yes.
And you depend on that paycheck.
Correct.
What amount of money changes that?
Ooh.
That dependency is gone. You're financially.
I'm not a good enough finance guy to know. I'm going to need to know what amount can earn interest and keep me rocking.
That's right.
Or
I don't know either, but
you're talking about variables. Then you've got it. Are you starting a business? Are you investing? You got it.
because we're definitely not young, but we're not so old that, $500,000 would be enough to retire on right now.
Oh no.
Well,
I mean, I think we're actually the generation that'll never be able to retire. Like,
no, don't tell
the
me
way
that.
the way things cost,
I can't handle that.
the way things cost, we'll never even get that option. Like,
But
retirement's not even.
so then,
an
what
option.
is it? To me, I think it's probably like $5 million. If there's $5 million in the bank,
surely I can talk to somebody to do something, because you need to invest it. I don't want to just deplete it. I want it to last.
I wouldn't even invest it because interest rates are so high. You can get 5% just in a standard savings account. So that's $250,000 a year just on the $5 million. So
you're better at math. I would have never figured that out, but
I think that's right. I better check myself. I was told it would be no math.
You said it real fast, like you did the math really well. But no, I mean, if that would work, that'd be fine. So I'll go with $5 million. But I'm the everyman who wants to only win $300 million. Like I'm not playing for $5 million.
Either way, the lowest it is like $20 million, right?
I think there's some single. I'm pretty sure there's single digit ones too. Okay. And there's people who religiously play it. But then, like I said, there's the ones who like, oh, it's big enough now. Yeah. Now I'm going to buy some tickets.
That's right.
And I don't do either. Cool. So my whole when I win the lottery talk is a moot point, but we still do it. But anyway, we got off track on it. So other day, me and my wife had that pop up. And I was like, you know what we're going to do? I was like, we are going to drive old cars. I said, and I think a lot of things relate back to getting old and thinking back and all that. But to me, when we were younger, your life revolved around more what you drove.
Yeah.
When you get older, it's not that way anymore.
When you're 16 years old, that's all you think about.
Yeah, 16 to
one of the two things.
Early 20s, 16 to early 20s. I mean, what you drive is part of your life. Like you do so much and you have memories in it, you enjoy it, and then when you're our age, your car is just what you own. Like I can think back, man, I had Z28s, I had big four-wheel drive trucks. I mean, I had some things I've made some wonderful memories in.
When you were young?
Yes.
In your 16 to 20-year-old era, you were driving a Z28?
My senior year, I had a 1-year-old. So let's say I started in 99, so I had a 98 Z28. No, and in those days, like people cruise the loop. It's not even I don't know if people cruise anymore. Does that even happen anymore?
I'm from a small town. We had Center Street. That's where all the stores and stuff were. Uh-huh. We'd go up and down Center Street.
We had the loop, and there was a Taco Bell on both ends, and you went from Taco Bell to Taco Bell.
We didn't have 2 Taco Bells in my town. We had one.
So we were a mid-sized town. Yeah. Yeah, no, you went from end to end, meeting people, hanging out with friends, sitting in parking lots, the different groups in the different parking lots. Yeah. It was, man, we were living. That was awesome. I couldn't wait for Friday night. I loved it.
We did that, but I didn't want to be in my car when we did that. I didn't have a Z28. I drove a Bronco. Now, I usually say that and people are like, oh, that's kind of cool. Bronco's not bad. It was a Bronco 2.
So it was a little Bronco.
So it was like.
It was a baby Bronco.
Yeah, it was like the first.
They were cool, though.
No, they weren't. It was the first soccer mom SUV.
Cool.
For sure.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My friends made fun of it. And I get it. But it was old, too. So it's kind of crappy. It didn't have air conditioning. It didn't have power windows, but I didn't care because when you're in Houston and you don't have air conditioning, like that minimal amount of effort is not a big deal. Now I would be tortured, but back then.
No, my first vehicle had no air. It literally, there was a spot where you could tell there was a push out where they didn't, like the factory, somebody said, nah, I'm good. I don't need air conditioner. And I don't know what that person was thinking. I don't know what that person was thinking, but see, no, a Bronco 2, and I go back to a memory. And did you do auto shop in high school or no?
I did.
And our auto shop was a joke. Like it wasn't, you didn't learn anything. We just took turns bringing our vehicles in there and piddling with them.
Yeah.
So there was a guy I went to school with, Scott. I won't give his last name if he's listening. He knows who he is. But he had a sweet Bronco too. Sweet. Like amazing paint job, a little bit lift, wheels, tires, system. It was awesome.
Okay. My Bronco 2 was nothing like that. It
wasn't that. That's what I picture.
It had, I think, the same tires you would see like on a.
It's like a sheetrock guy had yours. Like a sheetrock guy had yours first.
Well, my parents did, which was worse. It didn't run most of the time. So it was a good truck, car, SUV, whatever it was. Yeah. It was good to learn on because I was always doing something.
Did you say automatic or standard?
Standard.
So you can drive the standard.
Oh yeah.
You're not like today's people who don't even know what that is.
When I graduated college, my first big purchase was a Mustang.
What year?
It was a 2004. You're dating me, but that was it. That was
the last of that body style.
That was the
last of that body style.
It was, and it was technically, I think, what was it? The 40th anniversary.
Yeah. And it had a V8.
Yeah, it was a GT.
Well, I mean, there's people who bought the 6-cylinders. I never understood.
Graduate from college and buy one of the 6-cylinders.
I was just making sure. I was just pulling your man card to make sure. I was making sure that hole was checked.
No, that was definitely.
It was a standard.
Standard, yeah.
So you got me there.
See, standards. So I probably didn't have an automatic until I was like 25. No, maybe 26 or 27.
See, I've technically only owned one standard, and that was my first vehicle, the one I learned on.
Yeah.
But no, the rest were all like my Z28. Everybody thought those were the cool. That was the Trans Am Camaro area
I
there.
remember that.
Everybody wanted a 6-speed.
Yeah.
And I went and test drove one, and I was like, you know what, the automatic. I mean, I'm not Mr. Andretti here. I'm not gonna be that good at shifting. So let's just go.
Oh, you did get the automatic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I outran a lot of 6-cylinders. 6 speeds because
Nobody's how to do it.
nobody's that good.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like that transmission was built to shift right, and it knew it shifted at the right point.
Okay. You're gonna go and get one now. You win the lottery. It's a Z28.
No. So yeah. Me and my wife talking about that, and this is the old side of me again. So we win the lottery. I'm getting a like mid-60s Cadillac or Lincoln.
Oh, God.
Murdered out black.
No. How old are you?
You're
not getting a Cadillac.
I am, but we're not talking. We're not like it's not gonna be stock.
It's not real life?
It's not gonna be stock.
Okay.
It's gonna be like. Have you ever seen the Lincoln that Dax Shepard? You know that actor?
Yeah, I do remember.
Remember the one in I think it's Hit and Run.
Don't remember that.
It starts playing like the Willy Wonka music, and he does donuts in his Lincoln. It's a beast.
Oh, so you won it because of that?
I mean, it did not spark my interest. It did not spark my interest, but it stuck. I mean, that was a long time ago, and it stuck, and I still want to do it now. So, mine's going to be an old Lincoln or old Cadillac.
I want two because I have to have a truck.
I would have to do a truck
it's
too.
For the utility. I have to have it. I'd like a bigger truck. I have a half ton, but I want something bigger. And then I've always been a Mustang person.
Well, I feel like you're gonna have a newer vehicle that you're gonna still use, but I want an older. I'm gonna drive this older one more than anything. That's what I want to do.
That's your daily driver.
Yes.
So it's like, what year is it?
What Cadillac?
The Cadillac,
like 66.
Okay, so it'll be a resto mod thing. It'll have a newer.
It's gonna be a hot rod too.
A new engine in it.
Murdered out, maybe lowered a little bit.
Yeah. Murdered out. Does that mean you paint it black?
Everything's black. Wheels black. I mean, it's gonna be black.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you don't know what that means, but
I think you're not going to get it stolen in East Texas.
No. Well, remember, I won the lottery, so it's probably like at a gated 500-acre estate.
Are you staying in East Texas if you win the lottery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not leaving East Texas.
But you're just going to get property and gate it and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Fence it, have security, stuff like that. Not like security guards, but, camera.
Even if we won the lottery, we're going to be here until my son graduates high school. I think we're not going to move.
Well, we're in the same boat because he's in school. I don't want to move. My son graduates, but my daughter's still got a handful of years, however many 12 is. I don't know. However many more she's got from 12, I don't know. But yeah, no, we're not moving soon. But no. Yeah. So, but that just got my head rolling about all the car memories, man. I look back and I miss some of that. Like, I guess as you get older, you just have a car that's in your driveway. And to have a nice car by new standards, like you have to be a millionaire evidently, because the price of some of these things people are driving. And if people listening are doing it, please tell me how you're doing it, because I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to go to negotiate $100,000 truck. We want 103. Well, you take 102. No, I wouldn't even know.
Right?
I wouldn't know
if
how
you're
that
spending $100,000. I don't think you care too much. You're just like, here's a check for it. I hope,
but I don't feel like I'm not saying I'm rich by any means, but I don't think I'm poor. And I mean, that's not even a number I can play. I can't even bring that to my wife and go, hey, I think this is going to be a good purchase for us. This King Ranch 1-ton dually is what we're probably going to need, because she's going to laugh at me.
You get both.
I'm going to the real life now, the not lottery.
Okay.
No, the lottery, it's all bets are off.
Get both.
All bets are off. But no, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how people are doing it, how people are driving some of the vehicles they're driving.
Yeah, cars are crazy. Everything's crazy, but cars especially.
It is. Inflation's gotten a little crazy. And
even used cars. It doesn't matter. I mean, try to find one under $20,000. It's incredibly expensive.
Well, it's going to have it's going to have 300,000 miles, because 100,000 miles doesn't mean anything anymore.
No. That
means nothing.
Yeah.
Which in our day, you were like, ooh, might ought to think about parking that one. It's just about wore out.
Speaking of that, the mileage was digital on mine. Was it digital on yours? Like you could just kind of watch it rolling each mile?
Is that digital or is that analog?
Sorry, analog.
Analog. It's digital now. It's a screen now.
Was yours analog?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which one?
I don't know. You were spoiled. You had so many different cars. I can't keep up.
I did have a handful of different vehicles. But I was the dummy who would be like driving down, I'll say Highway 80. Nobody knows what that is, but all the car lots are there. And see something I wanted, I can just pull in and start talking. And they're like, yeah, we can make this work. And I would do it. Was it a good purchase? Probably not. Like I probably was upside down on a bunch of cars, but I got a new car to drive and I was happy about it. But there was ones it was literally a mechanical thing rolling over and over. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But I mean, cars aren't even the same anymore. What we're buying, the things, the features they have, just the heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheels.
Oh, my wife loves that.
Mine does too.
I mean, she's got cold hands. I refuse to use it generally, but
I won't say I haven't used it. I'm gonna.
Yeah, if it's really cold, then I will. But she's all about it. It could be 70 degrees outside, and it's a little chilly. She'll turn that thing on.
I mean, it's nice, but it's funny that we think we go shop for vehicles and we're like, oh, it doesn't have that. Ugh. Like I want my '66 Cadillac to not have any. I don't want any of that. I want a hot motor and a clean paint job.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Air conditioner.
Yeah, and that's the problem now. I think that's why cars are so expensive, because at a base level, they're pretty well equipped. Like you're going to get
That has changed now.
everything fancy.
Yeah, when we were younger, a base model had nothing. Power window, or manual, the old crank it up, get it to go up and down window and all that.
What's wrong with that? I mean, if they had that now, wouldn't it be a good option?
It was good until you needed to roll the other window down, and I do remember hating it then. Like when somebody walk up to the other window and you're like, okay, let me reach across the car and try to.
I never
open
did
this.
that.
No, it was terrible.
My buddy sometimes would walk up on the Bronco too, walk up to me and want to talk to me, and I'd be rolling the window down, but I'd act like I was pressing the button, and hoping they wouldn't notice and think
You
that I
should
actually
make the sound too. You're like, like I'm doing it. Yeah.
Yep.
That reminds me of I messed up one time. I had a truck that had manual windows, and it was the one that had no air conditioner, and I literally had the windows tinted in the middle of summer, like literally the dumbest thing I could have done. Because I don't know if you've ever had windows tinted, but the first thing they say is like 2 days, don't roll this down.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it was 90 degrees outside, and I was in a truck with no air conditioner for 2 days, and I ended up having a job interview. Really, at Young Life, we really planned our life out well. Like we thought about the choices we made and made good decisions.
Spoiled with the tint. The last thing I cared about on the Bronco was tint. I mean, I just wanted the thing to start.
I have tinted the windows on every car I've driven since I was 16.
Oh, I have, at an older age.
I did that.
But I didn't in a younger age.
I mean, that same truck had a CB, if you want to go how spoiled I was. And my dad had a...
That's fancy.
My dad was friends with all the cops in Longview because he worked for the city and would put all like the stripes on the cars and the motorcycles. Well, he got me literally a cop PA. Like,
nice.
So I don't know. Do you remember people buying PAs, like putting them on their truck, and it would it would just be like you couldn't hear them because it was from Walmart and it cost $9.
But they thought it was cool.
Mine was on a cop car, so it was like I was standing next to you, crystal clear. Oh yeah.
So
I was
did it
talking
have one of those antennas. Super. It would hit the overpass.
The whip. No, I didn't have. Yeah, it was called a whip. I didn't go that. I had one on it though, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I never used the CB portion. I mean, I listened, but I didn't like talk to the truckers and see what they were doing and stuff. I didn't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think I got it more for the PA. To drive through my high school parking lot and like talk trash.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of.
I remember those guys.
I was those guys. I was those guys.
I remember those guys.
I was those guys.
Slade again.
I was those guys, no doubt. But yeah. No, it got me. Like I said, me and my wife had that talk, and I started flashbacking into all the cars we had, and I know everybody listening has the same. Every guy has the same stories: the cars you had, the memories you made in them,
man,
cruising the loop or whatever was in your town.
I worked at this Mexican restaurant. That was my first job. I actually started there when I was 15 years old, and it was a small little Mexican restaurant. But over time, I talked the owner, Miss Garcia. I talked her into different things. And one thing, I was like, we need deliveries. You need a delivery driver. I can do it. I just need to borrow your car. My Bronco doesn't start.
What'd she drive?
Well, she didn't drive anything real nice, but she drove it was new, but I think it was a Ford Contour, something like that.
Is that a van?
No, it's like a sedan. Yeah,
it's a sedan.
But I punched it everywhere I went, and I was going to make sure I got everything out of that car that I could get, and those were fun times. I was getting tips. I was cruising around in her car, making stops, doing whatever, saying hi to friends, that kind of thing.
That flashes me back to my grandma had like I want to say 92 Cadillac Brougham or Brougham, as everyone called it, land yacht, 57-foot long, skirts over the back tires. I think it had like a big block in it because I don't know why the people who bought Cadillacs needed a big block in it.
But Cadillac, man,
they're good cars.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, she got to the point where it was like, hey, I need you to go put gas in my car, and I love those times because I was the dummy like at the red light, power braking and smoking the tires off her Cadillac for no reason.
Exactly.
And I could not take that car to a gas station to fill it up without somebody offering to buy it. Somebody come up like, hey man, you want to sell that Cadillac? I was like, I mean, I do, but I can. It's not mine.
It's not mine to give.
It's not mine to sell. But no, I think it was a land yacht.
See, I don't know what your infatuation is with those things. Huh? I don't know what your infatuation is with Cadillacs.
Well, that one I don't. I don't want a 92 Brougham. I want a 66.
You just said Brougham.
That's what it is. It's a Brougham.
I thought it was Brougham.
Yeah, it's a Brougham, but it's a Brougham.
Okay.
A lot of people called it that. I remember. Yeah. But yeah, I remember borrowing that car or going to get gas, whatever, for her, and just hot rodding it, like thinking I was doing something.
Same.
Listening to like rap music, thinking I was doing something in my grandma's car. Look at me, I'm doing something, and I'm really doing nothing.
It's a flashy car. People liked it.
I mean, it had hubcaps, but that used to be a thing. Like having hubcaps wasn't a bad thing. Can you even buy a car with hubcaps
Might
now?
have been a bad thing. Yeah, I think you can.
I really don't think you
But
can.
they're like plastic. They don't really
what were they
look like
then?
it. Metal, right?
Hubcaps?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure hubcaps were never metal.
What were they?
Plastic.
Oh, okay.
They might have been like chrome painted plastic.
Maybe they were.
But I'm
I don't
pretty sure
know.
they were still plastic.
I never did have hubcaps, at least.
I don't think I ever had hubcaps because I was always putting wheels and tires on stuff. I was dumb. I mean,
yeah.
If I think I've counted my cars one time and it was like 13 cars I've had my whole life or something.
What?
Yeah.
No, I've only had probably 5 or 6.
Oh no, I've had that many since I've been married.
You're not counting work trucks, right?
No, okay. I don't count.
The stuff you own.
That was older, yeah. No, stuff I owned. Like I said, I mean, I was literally the guy who would drive by and go, "Oh, look at that car now. Let's go talk to that guy." And yeah, leave out with I don't know what the interest rate was. I don't know what kind of payment I had. I mean, I had a payment I could afford, but I don't know if it was a good deal or not.
Okay. I mean, you made it, so
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm here. I'm here. I don't have an estate with gated property or anything, but I mean,
well, neither do I, for the record.
True. I mean, what are we on a 500-acre plot here?
Yeah, you can see the fence. I think. You can tell it's not.
I don't know if the camera covers it all or not, but no, that sparked me the other day, and I wanted to sit here and talk about cars. And so, other than your Mustang and Bronco, did you have anything else memorable?
No, but my buddy, his dad had a 1998 Cobra Mustang.
Ooh.
So that is actually like my dream car, even though I could buy one out there pretty cheap.
Those had superchargers on them.
No, not the 98s.
The 04s and all. The 03s and 04s did. Yeah.
But so, yeah, I think you're right, 03, 04. But nonetheless, these were the older body style. But that's just what he had.
Kind of got rid of the sharper looking headlights. It was smoother. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it was rag top, so we'd put that thing down. Now, his dad had no idea we were using
rag top. All I can hear now is Vanilla Ice because you put the rag top down on the Mustang.
In my 5.0.
That's all I imagine. Anyway,
and that's it. All of us would pile in that damn thing, and we'd be driving all over, and the top was down. Even if it was cold outside, we didn't care. It was fun. And race anybody. Anybody that wanted to race, we were going to do it.
So go back to the Mustang you had. Did you race it, people?
No, not really. I mean, I think the one I had was kind of slow. It was a GT, but it was like a bloated, the 04. It's kind of a fatter Mustang. It's heavier.
Yeah.
It was fast enough, but it wasn't like super. If a Corvette or something pulled up next to me, I wasn't going to try to fool with that.
I'll race anybody.
It'd be like being on a bicycle against a
I won a lot of races. I had a lot of races I won. I did pretty good. Yeah.
Well, you had the Z28.
I did.
Okay.
But you didn't. You would kind of race in the loop, but if it was going to be a serious race, you drove off. Like you went off to another area.
But it was automatic, so it didn't count. I don't think the wind counts if it's an automatic.
Oh, it did.
Did it?
It did. Oh, it won. Yeah, I totally.
The other guy's pride definitely took a hit.
Well, especially if it's somebody who had got to 6-speed and couldn't handle it, and I drilled him. I was like, yeah, ha ha ha. Maybe you shouldn't have bought that. Maybe you should learn how to drive it better. Ha ha. Talk trash and stuff like that. No, I definitely raced mine. No, I'd be between the Z28 I love. That was one of my favorites. And I had do you remember early 90s, like the 2-door Tahoes?
Oh, yeah.
I had one of those.
Those were cool, too.
I had one of those.
See, you were very spoiled.
I mean, I paid for the stuff. I didn't it wasn't given to me.
You never had one given to you?
My first vehicle. Car? It was my grandpa bought everybody their first car. So I had
you had a
first one.
Grandpa, got it.
It was no. You say that before. Maybe this is the non-air conditioner car. So it was like an 84 and a half Nissan truck. And I say
should have started.
I say half for a reason because that's the year they went from Datsun to Nissan.
I admitted I had a Bronco too, on the podcast, and you skipped completely over the Nissan.
I will lay the whole thing out there. I mean,
I wanted to hear.
It had the CB, the PA. It had wheels and tires on it, tinted windows. I think eventually I put like 2 15s behind the single cab seat, so I was up on the steering wheel.
We all had that. I mean, that's one thing about a Bronco too. It's like a bass tube.
You did have, because my buddy had a good system. Is it something
you could really hear in there for sure.
Yeah, no, I had a good system in it. So the 2-door Tahoe, that was probably the ones I hated that I got rid of because I had it lifted, wheels and tires, system, everything done to it. Loved it. And I remember knowing my now wife then and showing her this kind of stuff, and she didn't care. She
doesn't care now.
Yeah, she's on a huge vehicle person.
Did you lift your truck up or just get different
I leveled it. I mean, I don't know why they don't level vehicles from the factory.
But I know.
I think it's for use purposes, and I don't really care about that. If you put weight on the back, it levels it out. That's
who cares about all that?
Who cares? It's what we look like. It's the 17-year-old in me still.
That same.
Still trying to get out. Yeah.
Leveled with mud tires, which I actually need.
Motor all terrain
to get to the land, but they're all terrain technically.
And in the land, yes, I did get suckage replaced. Yes.
You gonna admit that?
Oh yeah.
In that big truck.
Okay, well, hey, so the Rams come with Firestones, and I don't know anyone else who aftermarket is going to get some new Firestones on their truck.
People that drive vans.
Yes,
They
but
won't
no
go
one
get
with a
Firestone.
no one with a 4-wheel drive is going to go, hey, I'm going to go get those
No.
new Firestone all terrains
No.
because they're terrible tires.
This was your first time coming to our property too, right?
It was.
I just see you down off into the distance, and you're coming around this pond, and I think you're excited. I feel like I could see your face with excitement. You're here, you make this turn, and then you're just not moving, and you were just there was no getting you out. We had to get multiple
we
shovels.
did, and we didn't pull it out, so that's good. We worked hard.
We did,
and your son had a friend there. We got the boys involved. Like it was a learning. They learned how to get a car out of the mud.
Yeah.
Without another vehicle.
And the next time you came to the property,
which was irritating,
lifted with mud tires, you were not going to let that happen again.
Like you're saying lifted, but leveled. But what was irritating about that time is it was stuck, and on your property is a vehicle that would pull a house off a slab, but we couldn't get in it.
Yeah, my dad wasn't.
Yes. So, and I mean, I hope he's not insulted for me to bring this thing up because that was the drive of my life. So his dad has a 5-ton Army vehicle.
Yeah, maybe more than that. I don't know.
I think it's a 5-ton.
It's big.
6 wheels. I mean,
but each tire is taller than, pretty close to our.
I think he said I think he told me there's 49. There's 49s.
49s.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yes,
it's unbelievable.
And he let me drive that thing, and that was probably, for some people driving like a Lamborghini, that was my equivalent of driving a Lamborghini, like, because I'm not a supercar, couldn't care about that. But this, the upper echelon of getting to drive something, that was that.
Yeah,
yeah. So
I still haven't driven it.
So if you're listening, you made my day. You made my day. Derek's dad, when I did that, you made my day. But no, that thing's sitting there, and we could have pulled my truck out with it in first gear, and it would have pulled us out.
Just in idle.
Yeah. But I didn't know how to drive it. You didn't know there's no keys to it. We were out of luck.
Yeah. Well, we had shovels
and rocks and wood and
2 preteens.
2 preteens, yeah, who didn't mind getting muddy because I didn't really.
They loved it.
We were going to hang out at your place all. I didn't really want to be muddy, and they were like, "All right, let's get muddy. Who cares?" I didn't really want to.
That's it.
But yeah,
that was
good times. Good times with vehicles. I think any guy can relate. We all had so many good times with vehicles.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we've beat this dead horse, but I hope this resonated with somebody because I feel like it had to. There's got to be somebody right now flashback into all the vehicles they drove, the cars they had, the memories they made, because we all made so many memories in our vehicles.
Yeah, we did. Fun times.
We did.
So as we sign off, just want to say thanks to the listeners, but we certainly want to hear from you. An easy way to do that is at whiskey-fire.com. You can contact us directly through the website. Also, we're on all social media, so Facebook's, Instagram, Twitter, pretty much everything. YouTube,
whatever this new
TikTok.
Instagram threads are. I don't know what that is yet, but we're on it. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. We also have an email if you want to directly email us, and that's whiskeyfirepodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you've got?
Check us out on YouTube. We're, like I said, as you see now, we're video, so come see what we look like. See if that interests you any. I know a lot of people enjoy watching podcasts, I've been told. So check us out on there too. Just any way you can reach out, but be sure and subscribe to us wherever you do it. Leave a rating and a review, please. It helps us and it gets our word out a little further. So I think that's it. That covers it. I think.
God bless, and we'll see you guys next time.
Appreciate it, guys.